say that every time I go live, probably. All right, kids are home. I've had sick kids. It's no school day. That's why they're home today. But we've had flu B in our house. Only person that lives in our town that has flu B is my daughter. And you know what? I'd say that's the flu to get. Got a fever and you're tired. But nothing's like coming out of anywhere. It's kind of great. I was like, hey, sign me up for that one again. Like, that was nice. Although she got a really high fever, we ended up going to the ER because I was really nervous about it. Good morning, Alice. And so I heard 105 is bad, but apparently it's bad if they're acting funny. That's what the doctor told me. So good to know. $300 advice. Good morning. Hello. Is it Jeannie? I don't know how to say the first part. But good morning. We're going to talk about something. I've been getting some messages, and I had one very specific one this morning that was a lot of back and forth, and it was about no makeup or in-home makeup, and I'm gonna have some real honest opinions about it. So skincare. Hello, Canada. So this is going to be a makeup video for anybody who's getting on that doesn't want to watch a makeup video. And I'm going to have some real talk about this no makeup. Because oftentimes I think when somebody says I want the no makeup look, it's a makeup look. It's makeup. It's just more of shades and having shades that are more neutral, but you're still wearing the same amount of makeup. It's really about, you want something that's a little more light coverage, not so heavy, but tone wise, you're wanting the same results as somebody with makeup. You just don't want that thick, heavy look of makeup, and you want it to be more neutral. And I'm going to do a half face today where I'm going to go with the no makeup look. And then I'm going to go with the other no makeup look, which is oftentimes what people are looking for. And that's because this side is what I would consider my bad side. And this is my not so bad side. But both sides have redness around the nose, discoloration, scarring, hyperpigmentation. They both have the same thing going on, but this is my bad side. And a lot of people are really struggling with having, I mean, there's a lot of people that have more than I do, obviously. Everybody's different. Everybody's an individual. And that's kind of the name of the makeup game, is to be the individual you want to be by doing the things you want to do. If you don't want the hassle of a bunch of makeup, okay, don't. That's kind of how it is don't do it. If you have that beautiful even skin tone, my sister-in-law, she has the most beautiful skin, and she just needs some mascara, and she's on her way. She has natural flushed cheeks. She's a no makeup girl because she legit has no makeup, and occasionally she might have to spot treat, and that's it. Absolutely gorgeous skin. So let's get into it. Let's turn the cup around because it's Valentine's Day week. XOXO. I love all holidays, and you don't have to love Valentine's Day. I'd love to know a good, legitimate reason on why somebody doesn't like Valentine's Day, because it's typically because something terrible happened to them on it. And I am one of those people that is, if you don't like something, that doesn't mean everybody has to not like it. It's like makeup. Not everybody has to like it, but also it's usually some kind of a trauma. And I like to let trauma, and everybody's got some. Yes, my dear. Okay, we'll see how long this lasts. You can let it be the reason you fall, or you can let it be the reason you fly. That's my take on trauma. I'm getting a new ring light today. Okay, I am doing Phantasmic. I'm trying to make this sit better without tipping my phone forward. That's going to tip my phone forward. Okay, it is, maybe a hair clip. Instead of hair clipping my hair, we'll hair clip this. Sorry, last week my stuff busted. So, okay, I'm going to stop saying how I am. I'm fine. Okay, getting into this no makeup. I'm going to do nothing with one eye, and then I'm going to put no makeup on the other eye. Okay, hold on a second. This is ridiculous. Okay, my new primer is coming today. I'm so excited. Last day of this little tubaroo. And we are gonna try, I'm gonna take this, I'm gonna try, I'm a mess. We all know that. I'm taking this out because I don't want it to tip anything. It is what it is. Okay, who saw my reel or video? Reel. It's a reel. This weekend with the new releases coming. Sorry. Okay, that really doesn't make a huge difference, but makes me happy. Okay, the new releases. This bad boy is the funnest little palette. And I love it with, let me see. This is the free gift with purchase. This is Pink Flamingo, and this is Amon. I believe it's called Amon. And I would say this is a play on Black Cherry. It's just a semi-gloss rather than Black Cherry that is a gloss. So if you ever felt like you thought Black Cherry was just too goopy, too glossy, too greasy, this is what you want right here. And it's not like any of the others. And then I'm loving this Pink Flamingo. It's super sheer, so you can really grind on it, and it goes on beautifully sheer. They're both really, really good. If you like that chapped lips look, Amon is really good. And then if you want that just petal pink that's soft and not harsh like Dahlia, then yeah, okay. They're so, so, so good. I also will tell everybody and their brother and their mother to get Diamonds Are Forever with anything you get. And if you got points, use them. Okay, there's no palette credits. I didn't mention that in my video. No palette credits to get this though. Okay, no makeup. Let your discoloration be your best friend. I'm not even gonna use this actually, forget it. We're gonna do no makeup on both sides. And I think people, and this is just based off the conversations, you have to have a real honest conversation. We're gonna do some talking before we do some makeuping. You have to have a really honest conversation with yourself. Good morning, Ashley. Okay, the new releases are so good. When you're dealing with no makeup, you may just be a no makeup person. Go put some chapstick on, some clear gloss on. I recommend Saint's Lip Whip, but I liked it better when it was a collection. And some mascara, and call yourself good. If you don't want the hassle of, I don't want to deal with foundation, I don't want to do this, don't. It's your face, it's personal, it's what you want out of your makeup. I find a lot of insecurities in my stuff, and that's why I wear makeup. But I've also loved the look of makeup. And so my at-home makeup, my no makeup, it's full makeup. It's full makeup. I try. I hate it. I want more color. And so for me, full makeup is my everyday at home. Gonna see nobody, still wearing makeup. Except this weekend I was a no makeup girl. True no makeup girl. But if you're somebody who has stuff and you don't want it to show, I would say you're probably a makeup. You want light coverage. So that comes with finding a makeup with high pigment. And that's why I use Saint. So with Saint, it is 3D. Everything in here is foundational coverage. My kids are so loud. Everything in here, everything on this layer here, aside from this balm, is foundational coverage. It's really about picking the tones, a neutral tone. So I'm gonna pull out some of my other lip and cheeks because it's really about having a more neutral contour, a more neutral blush color. It's not, Sandy is a great foundation. It's skin tone. Having a true match to your skin tone is going to give you that no makeup. But if you have stuff and you're wanting an even skin tone without all the stuff, that's makeup. And makeup will always look like makeup. It's just the nature of it. Like, it's makeup, not magic. You want magic, it's just not going to happen. You've got to go see a dermatologist. If you want magic, you got to have them do magic. Makeup is makeup. It's temporary. It washes off. So if you don't like it, you can return it. If you don't like it, you don't have to do it that way again. If you don't like it, you could try something different. Like, there's magic in it the more you use it. If you don't want to be that person, don't. If you think makeup is silly and superficial, don't do it. Don't yuck someone else's yum because they feel good with makeup. So we're going to talk about the two kinds of no makeup. I'm going to show you with my palette how I would do a true no makeup. All right. So We're going to put some primer on to start. Okay. Yes, skincare routine, 100%. Good skincare makes your makeup look better, makes your makeup last longer, it makes your skin better. It gives you that more, your skin will stay youthful the better your skincare. Yes, 100%. Hello, Pam. Excuse me. That being said, a good dermatologist is also part of skincare. Makeup is part of skincare. There is bad makeup out there. There is makeup that will cover everything, but it's thick, it's heavy, it looks thick, it looks heavy. You got to decide your trade-off. Also, are you a face toucher? Because a lot of makeup, you shouldn't be touching it, okay? I don't really know how to respond to somebody who thinks skincare, I'm not even going to respond to it. Okay, the under eye cream that I used, how did I lose it? Here it is. It's by Beauty Society. There is a link for this. I love this stuff. The little doe foot is you don't need to refrigerate it. A lot of people like to refrigerate their skincare. This one, this little metal doe foot, it's always cold. And it feels so good. And it feels fancy putting it on. So this is Beauty Society. It's Upgrade. It is caffeinated botanical eye cream. It is so, so good. So good. Under eye cream will be your best friend. I use two. I have one for at night. I have that for before makeup. It's super, super hydrating. All right, I'm going to go in with Milk Hydro Grip. And this is a really great primer. It's nice and sticky. Yes, e.l.f. has a dupe out there. Get it if you want to get it. And we're going to pop this on. All right, primer is going to hold anything on. If you're wanting a true no makeup makeup, you're looking at cream correctors. If you're looking at Saint, because Saint has pure pigment cream correctors that are so good, but you will need to touch up throughout the day. Just to be honest, it's creamy, it doesn't set, so it's gonna look great. So these are the cream correctors, and I will be using some of these on my no makeup side. All right, first thing I'm gonna do is put on some mascara. No makeup makeup. Everybody says they want mascara. Everybody who tells me they want a no makeup makeup wants makeup. It's honestly what tells me that it's makeup. Okay. Okay. The cream correctors that I'm using are from Saint, and they're all based off of, you send me a picture, we can look at your stuff. These have movability, so I feel like I'm going to show you how I make them work. All right, work. You still will need to touch up throughout the day if that's what you want to do. All right, I'm going to use two mascaras. I'm getting my FanFest today. I like using two when I'm using Saint's mascaras because one, this Lash Velvet, look at how gunky that is. I love that it's gunky. And you're gonna wiggle, 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 and this is gonna build volume. So if you're looking at mascara for your no makeup makeup, you have to answer a question of, do I want fullness or do I want length? Because for me, I have really thin, fine, short lashes. I like volume. I think it makes my eyes look younger. So the first thing that I do is I wiggle, 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 and I build product at the base of my lashes here. So before, after, and I'm just building product on top of product on my hair follicles at the base. I'm really not worrying about length right now as much as base buildup. All right, making them look thicker than they are by building product on top of product and use it, but this mascara has fallout. That's what I noticed. I don't like it, but it has fallout. And so I'm going to seal it and add length at the end with a tubing mascara. Okay, so we've just built that out just like that. And it gives you a nice, fuller look that's natural, no makeup. Then I'm going to go into Lash Leather by Saint. This is a tubing mascara. This is going to seal it. And so I'm going to put this over top of all of it, which is going to build a little more product on top of it. And then I'm going to work on length by going down, curl away, out, down, curl away, out. There you go. So we're just going to seal it with that tubing, making sure I'm hitting everything, getting those tips, give them a little flick, and there you go. All right. So this is my no makeup mascara. And we're going to do two things on each side for no makeup makeup. All all right? Now, for me, you can do just cream correctors. Now again, these have movability, use a primer. And then you want a small brush. I should make sure I have an empty clean one, or I'm gonna have to clean a brush. I prefer the bright brush. I'm trying to think if I don't want to dig it out. Okay, finally got a clean microfiber. Good morning. We're gonna clean our brushes because this is the brush I'm gonna use. This is a bright brush. I use it as an eyeshadow brush. I should have two out, but I don't. But you're just gonna clean these. I'm using Saints brush cleaner. Look at that boy. I like it this much. This stuff cleans, conditions, sanitizes, and dries. You should have a good soap. Saint has a great soap for doing deep cleaning, but I hate waiting for brushes to dry. It is, when I found this stuff, it was just a big old game changer. Yes, I should clean them more than I should with soap, but again, no, I don't. My skin probably pays the price for it, but everything is skincare. The way you take care of your brushes is skincare. The makeup you wear is your skincare. Everything falls into skincare, even when you don't think. I mean, if you wash your hands, that's skincare, okay? Okay, we're gonna do balm. So these are the correctors. This right here is balm. I'm gonna put this under my eyes because anytime you're putting something under your eyes, whether it is a phenomenal mascara, you see people use them all the time that cancel out all the discoloration, put a balm under it. It's gonna help give a skin-like finish. It's gonna not have that crepey look. And some concealers oxidize, they change to an orangey tinge, and then you could see the border. So having a balm underneath is gonna be a game changer. I'm gonna take my bright brush. I'm gonna go into Y01. So this is a yellow orange level 1, so it's light. And these are pure pigment. So I'm just gonna tap a little on, and then I'm gonna go into my trough here, and I'm gonna spot treat, okay? Knowing your shade, so talk to me, send me a message of your stuff and we can do this. Typically you wanna find the 3 areas that really you wanna focus on, because typically when you fix the 3, it kind of makes everything else fall away. It's kind of like the red lip trick. All right, so I'm gonna take a little more Y01. We're just gonna go right over here under that eye where there's discoloration. This is pure pigment. And so you get that nice, bright, not a lot, you don't get any of that makeup texture. That balm really helps with that. And you could, I'm gonna go into 03, which is this orange color here. And I'm gonna go right down here and just lighten things up just a little bit. I'm not putting any mascara on my lower lashes, and then no makeup look. And you better believe if you put mascara on those lower lashes, everybody's gonna see it. Okay, so remember, we're doing no makeup. So this right here is quite red, a reddish purple, and when you get cream correctors, you get this little wheel here. So this is more of a purpley color. So this is gonna be more of a yellow. I'm gonna use this yellow. We're gonna go into this yellow, Y1, and I'm just gonna sweep this over my redness here. All right. Now, maybe I should pull up my computer here. I actually have it with me today because I did work. And I'm gonna see exactly what is still available. Oh, biscuits. Boop, boop, cream correctors. Make sure this Y1 is still available because I know everything is crazy limited now since they switched over and I hate it. Yes, Y1 is still available and it's really good for that redness that you get right here. Now again, these don't set, they're pure pigment and there is movability with them. So I will say you will have to work on it. All right, I'm gonna go into this G color right here. And I'm just gonna hit some of these extra red little areas. So this here, I'm gonna go into this green and I'm just going to sweep it over the area. Now, I don't like these cream correctors because every color here is different. I'm gonna change my mind here. We're gonna go into Aspen on all this. Aspen is a gray contour. These are also 20 bucks a color. Each little delightful little square is 20 bucks. Aspen is 16. I'm gonna go in with my shape brush. I'm gonna go into Aspen, and I'm just gonna sweep that over my spots. Now, I'm gonna go into my next one, which is this contour here is Walnut. And instead of covering this, we're just gonna sweep this over and blend it in. Okay, we're gonna blend it in. All right, so if you have questions about what I'm doing, this would be, to me, no makeup. This is my no makeup. I'm gonna go back to that bright brush. I'm gonna go back in to that G. And I'm gonna use the bigger brush. I'm trying to make this so you can't see the mirror because it's so distracting. Going into G, and right up here, we're just gonna sweep this over the top of the brow. And I am going to cancel some of this. I'm gonna use the small end, get some of this G. This thing is not picking it up for some reason. Is this? There we go. Just like that. All right, just check some areas, take that G and just sweep it around. Okay, this is, I believe, R, O, O-R. God, it's so, O-R, which means it leads orange. I'm gonna go right here, and you're just going to spot treat some of these areas. Okay, no makeup. No makeup means you're still gonna see your stuff. It's just muted down and it's nice, and I don't even wanna say nice. This is not my comfort zone, all right? You're gonna take a spoolie, you're just gonna comb your hairs in place, and that's it. When you tell me you want no makeup, this is what you're telling me. This is what you're telling me. Okay, the cream correctors I have are not creamy at all. No, they're supposed to be creamy. I would say go to your stove, put it on simmer. Don't leave it. I had this conversation with somebody. You can overcook them. Use a toothpick, just poke it around, just get it nice and melted. It might just need to get reset. They'll reset down and it'll be creamy again. Also, if you're using too fluffy of a brush, that could be the problem too. And then I would recommend getting a spot brush. And that's where this is just much more pointy, and I have it in my makeup bag for doing other people's stuff. Okay, so this, when you tell me you want no makeup, this is what I am putting in my head. If you want no makeup, no problemo. This is it, okay? But if you're wanting even skin tone and you want it to just have a no makeup look, this is, I'm gonna do typically what people are thinking when they're telling me this based off of conversations. Now, if you are a face toucher, all this will come off. If you are on the phone, if you are touching your face, you're gonna take your makeup off. It's makeup, not magic. Be realistic about, one, your expectations of what you're expecting. If you think you can put this little amount on and then this is gone, you don't have a realistic view on no makeup. You're just not wanting to make things, you're just wanting to turn the volume down on things, if that makes sense. Hello, Lisa. Okay, now I'm gonna go in and we're gonna do no makeup. All right, no demi, or cream correctors, sorry. Cream correctors used to be called demi, da-da-da-da-da. All right, this method I find to be a little more cost effective because it's 16 bucks for colors. All right, I'm gonna do the same thing with that balm. I keep another balm here, and I'm gonna put that under my eye. If you get dry spots, put this balm on it. Healing breakouts, works so good if you get greasy or if you get dry around your nose, really great. Okay, going into that shape brush again, and I'm gonna go into my Aspen, and same thing here, like I did with all those cream correctors, we're just gonna mute the redness, and we're gonna take that Aspen color and dull it all down. And I like this because it's gonna last longer than the cream correctors. The cream correctors are creamy, and these colors, Aspen and Walnut, are dense. So they're gonna stay a little bit longer, but it's still cream. If you're worried about things transferring onto your colored shirt, don't blend it down so far. It is makeup. All makeup transfers. Some transfers more than others, but it does transfer onto your collar or a hoodie or a raincoat. I have them all, and they all have dirty corners. it transfers. Okay, taking that walnut, I'm gonna go around my discoloration just like I did. I'm doing the exact same thing on this side as I did on the other, but I'm muting my hyperpigmentation, especially this guy. Now here's the deal. I do my makeup pretty dang good. The high school and middle schoolers thought this was a bruise because I picked bad colors one day and it pulled all of it through, and they were all, and I mean, these kids I've been seeing for years. I had one kid say, "Did you get hit in the face? You have a bruise." And I thought it was like a bad blush color. No, it was my hyperpigmentation. They thought, they never knew. Dark spots. No, that's where I would recommend walnut instead. They're both contours, so they're both dense. But if you have hyperpigmentation, those are more of a brown tone. So walnut will help mimic it and help hide it, and it's gonna hold my makeup on top longer. Aspen is more for turning down redness. All right, I'm gonna go into, instead of using the cream corrector, I'm gonna go into Frenchie here, and I'm gonna go under my eye, and this is going to give me some correcting under my eye, just like that. All right. I'm gonna do something, I forgot my eyes, so we're gonna go into that. Okay, this is how I like to no makeup my eyes. I'm gonna go into a endpoint brush. Where are you? Here you go. Endpoint brushes are so good because you get an eye side and a lippy side. We're gonna take this side. I'm gonna take a setting spray. I like the Plush and Prep for this, and I'm going to spray it. Get it good and wet. Then I'm gonna take black eyeliner. And this is what I notice people want in their no makeup makeup. Just saying, from conversation. I'm gonna take this liner, this black, and I'm just going to bump up my lash line right here. I'm not making a big wing, I'm making a tiny little lift above my lashes here. That's it, okay? You can take your fingernail, sharpen things up a bit if you want, add a flick, it's your face, do whatever you darn well please. And then I'm gonna add it to this inner lash line here, okay? That's it. I'm gonna grab a little more. I keep my black separate from everything because black ruins everything. Okay. There we go. Now I'm gonna go into those that's it. I'm gonna go into my mascaras. We're gonna go back into that Lash Velvet. I have to comb my bristles back because there's so much product on them. Cakes it down. And then we're just gonna wiggle just like we did on the other side. We're just gonna apply that mascara the exact same way, building up that base. And we're letting, I use a lash serum. I use Babe Lash. I tried the Beauty Societies and they just didn't do what Babe Lash does. And Babe Lash gives regrowth more than Beauty Society. So we're just building this product across, and by adding that liner on the outer part here and on the inner part, it's going to make it look thicker and bigger. Okay, not bigger, longer, I don't know. It's gonna look like it went all the way across. Okay, building that up. Okay, you've tried the Vaseline under your eyes, didn't like it, your concealer crease. Okay, Vaseline is so thick. Vaseline is so thick. I like the balm. The Aquaphor is also really good. You just, I don't know. Okay, sealing it with that tubing. If you want a one and done, Bare Minerals Lashtopia is a favorite of mine. I used it for years. And lately I've been on the Benefit FanFest train. Okay, so 2 different eye looks here. Get to pick what you want. Okay, you get to pick. It's your face, do what you want with it. Okay, back onto the makeup. Back onto the makeup. All right, so I am going to grab some more of my palettes. My room's a mess in here. Please just disregard. Disregard everything you're seeing that's going on behind me because I'm in the midst of cleaning, but I'm not. How bad is it? Pretty bad. It's pretty bad. All right, highlights and contours. I use Cedar on the everyday, but we're going no makeup. So we're gonna go with a lighter. It's really not about the amount of makeup you put on. It's about the tones you're choosing. So I'm going to go into my contours here, and I'm going to go with a lighter contour. So my typical, oh, biscuits. Ribboned that right out. Okay. I need a lid. If you haven't learned, oh, sugar. I put the, oh, here it is. Okay. Keep one lid so you don't do what I just did. And then you can just pop that bad boy out. All right. I'm going to use, they're really not that far off, but I'm going a little bit lighter. So olive. Okay. We're going to keep that in there though. Okay. We're going to go with olive, and I'm going to go with a detail brush because they're dense and it's easier to do this with it. Okay. But if you're really looking for colors or for a no makeup, you're really just going for probably neutral makeup. Use a light application brush. I love the shape brush. If you have oily skin, get the collection. I believe it's still a collection. Let's just take a peek-a-roo here. I need to redo my nails because they're too long for typing already. I like mine short. Okay, where's collections? I want to say this is the right one. Hold on. We're getting there. What? Where is it? Sorry guys, I'm really wanting to make sure I can tell you guys the right things. Stand by. Stand by. They got rid of the Blotting Dust collection, but okay. I'm not comparing bronzers, I'm comparing contours. Right now I'm using Olive, which is lighter than Cedar. Okay, we're gonna skip bronzer. We're not even gonna use bronzer because this is no makeup. We don't bronze with no makeup because this is no makeup. But I digress. I'm trying to stay out of my routine and get into the things. Okay, light application brush. I'm gonna go into my main shade. Having a proper color match, key for this no makeup. So I'm gonna go into Athens. We're gonna go into Athens with a light application brush. We're gonna even things out. Okay, we're gonna go up here, and having a proper match 100% is key. All right, this is gonna help reduce texture. This is gonna make your skin look like your skin, and this is 80% pigmentation, which means if you're wanting coverage with no makeup, you want high pigment. There is no foundation that's 80% pigmentation, $16 a color. Most cream makeups are about 40% pigmentation, so they're good, but they're not as good. I love all the makeup. I think Hourglass has a phenomenal cream stick, but it is expensive. And I can get a good foundation for 16 bucks. Okay, so we're just gonna bring this around, and I'm just lightly sweeping this over my discoloration here for extra coverage for this no makeup. Boom, boom, boom. All right, and you can bring this all the way up because we don't need a lot of brightening because we're no makeup. This isn't about all the things, okay? So we're just taking a little bit. We're gonna sweep and even the skin tone on the forehead here, down the nose. It's hard because I only even do have my nose. All right, and so we're just sweeping this down and just balancing skin tone, no makeup. Look at that, no makeup. Most people who want balanced skin and a no makeup look want makeup. This is what they're looking for, is something with coverage. They're wanting to get that coverage. That comes with a really good corrector system, but then having a high pigment makeup that doesn't have that LYS. I am geeking out over whatever this lip stuff is. I want it so bad. They have this beautiful, I heard it's a lot like the gelato. A friend of mine actually got one. She said it reminds her of our gelato, but there's this one color, charismatic, that's always sold out and I really want it. But it looks like, from what somebody told me, diamonds are forever. I digress. Okay, going into Olive now. Okay, is this the no makeup people are looking for? Is this it? I'm gonna take that shape brush. I'm gonna go a little bit into my main shade, and we're just going to do a little touching up under the eye, little, less is more. More product, even this will look like makeup. I'm telling you. But I also want you to remember, when you're looking at your face with makeup, you are quite literally right here, okay? We're looking like this. We're looking. No one else looks at you that close. If anybody is more than 1.5 feet or closer, they are mad. They are not your friend, or they're your husband or partner or whatever, okay? All right, going in with the detail brush, I find this to be the best brush when it comes to any kind of contour because it's such a dense product. It can be hard to pick up to do what we're gonna be doing, but most people want their dimension, all right? Everybody wants to have that dimensional look that doesn't look flat. Having a cream contour is it. We're just lightly picking this up, nothing's stuck together, and we're just gonna go around the perimeter of the face here, all right? Just the perimeter of the face. And then we're gonna go right, you see the shadow? We're gonna go right above it. We're putting a very light amount. This is not trying to do this chiseled look. Less is more. Grabbing on the edge of the brush here, and I'm just gonna go right here, and I'm gonna add just a skosh, 80% pigmentation, okay? So this is adding coverage, okay? Adding coverage, but it's also adding balance. This is helping to accentuate your, or enhance your dimension already. Look at that side of the nose. Isn't that look good? I have a bump right here though, and it ticks me off. But most people who are wanting no makeup, they want makeup. They also want this right here. You can't get something for nothing, okay? A little extra work. If you don't want to do it, don't. That's a free, you're free to do whatever the doggone you want with your face. And telling somebody else that's too much work for you, not for me. I like it. I like the ritual of it. My kids haven't come in here. They know this is my me time. So they can go do the list of chores I gave them. But this is your time to do what you want. What are the few times that you have something that's just yours? This isn't your husband's. He thinks it is, but it's not. And this is what I said to somebody. Who do you want to see when you walk by a mirror in your house? Because that's what no makeup comes down to, is when you're walking through your house, who do you want to see when you walk by the mirror? Because that's the answer that you need to answer to yourself. When you are in your house wearing no makeup, who do you want to see? You're probably not wearing a shirt like this, but it's Valentine's Day. It's Valentine's, half a month. All right, blushes for no makeup. This is also another very personal question. People want a little pink on their cheeks. I had somebody this morning saying, I want no makeup, I just want to cover my spots. But then it led into, and some mascara, and I want to have some color on my cheeks. Okay, you're looking for makeup. You're not looking for this. Some people are. Okay, but look at this, and then look at this. I'm not changing the way I'm holding things. I have a mature profile. Let me tell you what. Okay, so here are some blushes that I would recommend for no makeup. Frenchie, this works really well if you have stuff like I do. So I'm gonna take my little shape brush, tap a skoosh in, because this is 80% pigmentation, and I can go over my stuff and it doesn't really pull it through. Okay, makeup not magic, but this adds a little bit of flushness, and it works really well for mature cheeks where you don't have apples until you smile. And so this works really well for that natural peachy flush. The other color I would recommend is nude or plum. These are really close together. There is nude. Now I'm swatching at its highest pigment. Okay, so don't be like, whoa, that's not no makeup. And that's plum. For me, plum always looks like a bruise on my cheek, so I prefer nude. Okay, but these blend down to a really pretty color, okay? So it's also this. It's not just this. This is more of like the lipstick shade, and this is the blush shade. And all of our blushes are lips. That's why they're called a lip and cheek. But those are some colors that I would recommend. I also recommend, it's so hard because it's I need to go through my palette. Madrid is missing, but Madrid is a punch up from Frenchie. I also really love Hollywood for lip and cheeks, as far as, which is a pale pink. They're in one of these flipping palettes. I'm really mad at myself for not being more prepared, but honestly, I didn't know what I was doing today on my live. Oh, Hollywood right here. This is Hollywood. And so if you want like a little flush pink, you can add that to the top part up here. But there we go. I'm going to go into my main shade really quick on the small end. And I'm just going to fix this little spot right here. There we go. Okay, no makeup, makeup. Go and grab yourself a gloss. I'm going to use the lip whip because I love it. And put that on. Okay? I like the lip whip a lot. I like the little imprint for when you're putting it on. Oh, it's pretty. Okay. I hate putting lip products on camera. I do. Okay. So now, no makeup. Okay? Just mascara. I corrected my under eyes, some redness, and hid some hyperpigmentation. No makeup. Okay? You could still see no makeup. But if you're seeing, you can see makeup. Makeup will always look like makeup. Okay. But then no makeup with makeup. So it's really about face. And if you want to be a jerk like this person, we're just going to pull some weeds. Oh. Boom. Okay. See how easy that is? So a lot of people come to me and say, no makeup. This is what you're telling me. You want some mascara and you just want to try to, I want to say camouflage your discoloration. But if you're wanting an even skin tone from your stuff, you're looking for makeup. You're just looking for more neutral tones. And so it's really just a matter of preference. Makeup will always look like makeup. You can always tell where makeup starts and skin starts. It doesn't matter. But it really just depends on what you're looking for. And then at the end of the day, you decide you want to go out. You can just add a little bit more depth into your contour and punch up your blush a little bit. And then you could even take that contour and put it on your lids up here above the crease. If you're ever going to add these creams to your lid, make it above the crease over here and it'll zhuzh it up. Over here, you're talking about putting a whole face of makeup on like what I did over here, just jazzed up. When you're talking about no makeup, you have to be really honest. It's nice to say, I don't like makeup, but you may be looking for makeup. You are just not finding you're not talking to the person that's going to give you the right tones. And being realistic about your skin is key, because when you see somebody who has, it's like watching somebody talk about plumping lips with lip filler. You cannot expect to get their results because they have lip filler. Does that make sense? It's like watching somebody, like say my sister-in-law, I want to go do her routine and expecting my stuff to not show when she never had the stuff. If you're expecting to get the finish of somebody who has very different skin than you, you're not going to get the same result. But if we talk, we can come up with the actions to take, because you're likely looking for makeup with neutral tones. Because you could always bump this up a little bit. You could always take that olive contour and jazz it up. And so it's really having an honest conversation about what you're looking for with your no makeup. And it's a personal conversation. This isn't a conversation you have with your friends. This isn't a conversation you have with your husband. This is a conversation right here with, okay, what are my 3 focuses? For me, my under eyes are a focus for me, and my cheeks are a big one. So my redness and my hyperpigmentation. Those are my 3s: under eyes, scarring, hyperpigmentation. And that's it. And so when I canceled those out, everything else kind of fell apart or fell to the side, to the side. So my balancing down here didn't seem as bad once I corrected up here. This would be if I wanted to go to the gym, because I really just don't like my hyperpigmentation. I want a hood, I want glasses, I want to be left alone, but I also don't go to the gym either. But anyway, if you're looking for all of your discoloration to get covered and evened out, you're looking for makeup, be honest. Does anybody have any questions? Because this is all my live is today. I'm going to get off of here and I'm going to go do my makeup because I wanted this to be short enough that's realistic to watch. Most of my lives are not a realistic start to finish, but you have to be honest. This is makeup, not magic. You're never going to get rid of the hyperpigmentation with topicals or any of that. Okay, so I would need to just go darker all over to cover and do no makeup look. No. It really depends on the pigmentation. I would say you need a light coverage brush and you need, yes and no, I would say a dense contour that will, walnut is really great. It really just depends on your main shade. What's your main shade? And I think you can go too dark. You can go and take cedar, for instance. You can't cover your whole face in cedar. That's why I like a darker but light contour. And then you're gonna wanna put your main shade to balance because you're not putting it all over. I only put it where my discoloration was, and that can bring it down. And you're really just trying to hide it into the weeds without creating a heavy, heavy look. I don't need to bring that walnut all the way in. I let the aspen take care of it. And so you've got to look at your skin and say, okay, what's red, what's brown, and then work on that. But then also understanding that the 80% pigmentation means that your main foundation will cover also. And that contour on those darker areas, the darkest areas are what you're wanting to camouflage, but utilizing that main shade. The 3D system is great because my contour also helps to cover it, but it's still there. But it's so minimal. I mean, middle schoolers aren't seeing this and they see everything. And I even had one say, who saw me without makeup. One day I picked up one of my swimmers to take her to school from practice, and she was like, yeah, you got a lot of stuff going on down there under my skin, under my makeup is what she meant. It really depends on your face and the placement of everything, but be realistic about your makeup, because if you're really wanting completely even, you have to have some acceptance. You have to. If you're expecting a full porcelain, no flaw finish, you're gonna make a trade-off. And that trade-off is texture. Your makeup will look really heavy. You'll have that thick, heavy makeup look, but say is an 80% pigmentation. So you're gonna have less product, but you're still wearing makeup. But if you're putting it on so heavy that nothing shows, let's mess my face up, okay? So we're gonna take a detail brush. If you're wanting that flawless finish, you need a denser brush because you're needing fuller coverage. And you're gonna take that main shade and you are going to be putting that on over your discoloration, and it's gonna start looking like this, okay? Being realistic, this is Athens, the same shade that's over here. Makeup can be good for only so long before it goes too much. Too much makeup means too much texture. Okay, you're gonna start creasing, but you're gonna get that coverage that you want. Do you see that? Do you see what I'm talking about with the difference of having too much on? And honestly, this still isn't even as thick as traditional makeup. It's that, okay. I'm not answering that dumb question. Okay. Having a realistic, okay, going into cedar, and we're gonna go in, and now we're layering. Now we're layering, okay? And this is gonna give us that even skin tone with our dimension. And you're making your trade-off. There are some people who really, if you're, and this is, I'm talking to my no makeup people, okay? These people will have no discoloration. They'll have their dimension and they're gonna have everything, but they're also gonna have the texture of makeup. Does that make sense? The texture of makeup. Okay? Getting that peach Frenchie. Then I'm gonna go into that Hollywood. And you're gonna get all of that beautiful look of no stuff, but you have a very different coverage on your face. Then you really gotta work on, okay. So here's the thing I also want you to keep in mind. This no makeup over here, I used the same exact colors, except for that olive, I bumped it up to cedar, but I used that same Athens, same blush color, Frenchie, Hollywood, over here. I added a little bit of brightening under my eye, and then you can take powder. I'm really not gonna try to mess my face up because I can blend this down. But this is Athens, this is Frenchie, this is Hollywood, this is cedar, which I showed side by side are very similar. It's just a little bit deeper. It's really just a matter of preference on the makeup. But if you're wanting that full coverage and everything's evened out, it's going to give you a more mature look. My skin looks a little more mature on this side than it does on this side. But I made a trade-off. I made a choice of, I have coverage, you can still see a couple of things, but I want that no makeup. But if you're really wanting all that coverage, you're gonna make a trade-off. I'm gonna take some powder and set it to dull it down, to trying to hide that it accentuates this area right here, this under eye area right here. I've got all the coverage I want, but I'm having to now set it down, but it's accentuating my lines here, my marionettes that are coming in, my under eyes. It's gonna accentuate, like I have stuff, but this will start creasing, and then I'm gonna have to start working. Look at that. So you just gotta keep working on everything throughout the day. You're making a trade, and the trade is up to you. But no makeup is typically makeup. It's just a different tone, and finding that tone that works the best for you on what you're wanting out of your makeup. Typically, no makeup is never no makeup. It's never just a couple of spots because the conversations are incredibly short. So that's my live today, is really just no makeup. I'm gonna delete this guy with this stupid question. Okay, even though everything disappears afterwards. So all comments that are here disappear when my live, and it restarts new comments afterwards. So yeah, okay. You have mature skin. Okay, here's the thing with mature, I'm 45, and I look more 45 with more makeup on than I do 45 with less on. So I hope this makes sense. But also remember this, makeup is so great because it's not a commitment. It washes off. I mean, there were so many times where I would use traditional makeup and put way too much on, have to go start over. It's makeup, it washes off. Try a process, don't. You can also make some areas a little bit more heavy. If you're really, I could just put too much on in this area, not all over. It's your face. Try different ways of putting your makeup on and find the way that works best for you. So maybe it's just using a little bit of a deeper shade. But I tell you, my no makeup side with a little eyeshadow, it's gonna look a lot better than this super heavy full coverage. This is great for if you're in your 20s, if you're in your 30s, and things aren't starting to happen to your face. But it is amazing how much more accentuated this is and this is than it is on this side. And it's the same. Like, I got them, but less is more. More is more. But it's Valentine's week. Let's talk about the new releases really quick before we finish this bad boy off. There we go. Okay. These bad boys are perfect for hybriding. If you're wanting light makeup, it'll all fit right in here. If you're wanting just a custom eyeshadow palette like those Urban Decays, customized. Okay, so good. This palette is bomb.com, and they have a pink one coming out too. I had self-control and I didn't get any. There are regrets. I wish I would have gotten the other one, but I don't want to pay shipping. Even I have my limits. But these two shades are so, for the no makeup, Pink Flamingo. for a little bit of, you can, let's see, let's put pink flamingo down here. Look at how pretty that pink is. Oh my gosh. And then we're gonna go into Amon on the top. They're not too far apart. They're both so sheer, okay? And I'm really like, they're very, very, very sheer. This one has more of a bitten look, and some people like them mixed together. This is just a bit deeper, and I feel like it's a less aggressive black cherry, okay? So, Amon, and Pink Flamingo is my favorite. I can't wear glosses or semi-glosses on my cheeks because it will pull my stuff through. So I will say this, if you got stuff, don't put these on your cheeks because it will compromise your makeup. That's it. I'm telling you, that's it. And then Dahlia is also really pretty on the lips. This one is a satin finish and it is pigmented and it's so good for spring and summer. So if you have bridal showers, baby showers, weddings coming up, it's so good. I actually have a bride coming in 2 weeks and I bet we'll probably use this a little bit. Okay. All right, I hope this was super helpful. I haven't done one like this in a really long time. Kind of like that I went and piled it all on. Now I'm gonna go buff it down. If you ever apply too much, get a fluffy brush. If you have a kabuki brush from way back in those bare mineral days, clean that bad boy out and just blend this down. It picks it up and it will blend it down. No problemo. It just takes a little extra work because I really slathered that on. Now, if you're a traditional makeup person, you'll likely put your makeup on this way first. That's how you're going to apply it the first time. But you can just take this fluffy brush and it's not a big deal. All right, just take it and bring it down. I always work in the areas, in the direction. Does that make sense? Okay. The same brushes are awesome. They're so good. There's something for everybody. They're double-ended and look at how nice that blends down. Okay, then you can go in and add blushes that just make a little more sense. Okay, I need to go fix my face because I feel like I've got like going on. All right, that's it. That's my life for Monday. It is shorter. I'm proud of myself. Well, is it an hour? All right, I hope everybody has a Valentine's Day that they want. Remember, you have choices, just like with your makeup. You have a choice in your Valentine's Day. If it's always sucked, change the narrative. Make it yours, okay? Take yourself out on a date. Go to the movies by yourself. Nobody's gonna bug you. That's great. Nobody knows what you're eating or drinking or having too much of. It's great. Make the day what you want. If you have kids, go have lunch. If you have kids, have lunch while they're at school. The next day, cook with the family. I hate cooking with my kids. I'm not patient enough. I'm not whimsical or fancy free. I'm controlled fun. But make the day what you want, enjoy it, have fun. Don't let it ruin you. Let it be the reason you fly. Have a great day.